Hi there, how you doing? Wow, welcome to another program in the series of What's on Your Mind. This is a live stream, I must say, so you can share wherever they are in the world right now. I had a guest this week, but the show must go on. Unfortunately, my guest had to pull out at the very last minute because of some, reasons that I'm not going to tell you on the air anyway. It's like, sometimes you've got things you just got to step out of, you know what I mean? So that's it. But as I said, the program must go on. Let me say, firstly, I want to say a big congratulations to all the A-levels, you know what I mean? And even children from what you call very deprived era has done very well with the A-level results. And also, the GCSE comes up later on in the week, and I hope you guys do very well as well, because I hope you achieve what you want and you'll be able to go on to your next goal. That's the way it is. It's just how it is. As I said, let me say thank you for watching the program. I want to say thanks to all our past guests that we've had on the program. You know what I mean? They've been absolutely wonderful. And even last week's guest, we say big thank you to you, sir. Marvelous. And we look forward to having more guests, as we will do. We'll be having guests coming up next week, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things. But I say thank you for tuning into the program, and it's absolutely marvelous. And as you know, I always sort of look at what's happening. I always look at what's happening around the world. And, you know what I mean, before I actually go into what I call my rant, because a lot of people like this show because of my rants. They call me the ranter. That is a name. That is a name I don't really want. That is a name. They call him the ranter. See, I'm already cracking up. Around the world. We go to Northern Ireland. A man arrested on suspicion of murdering a 2-year-old girl. Police are still investigating the case, and it's happened in Donegal in Northern Ireland. So we hope that will be a very good investigation when somebody that young has been murdered. Yeah. And I can't say anything more about that case because this case is still being investigated. Yeah. Also, in Tokyo, a man has attacked and injured 10 people in a random burst of violence. And it is alleged why he's done it is because he don't like to see women being happy, allegedly. And most of the people he attacked was actually women. So, what can you say about the person? A nutter, isn't it? Absolute disgraceful and a nutter. But there's so many strange people in the world these days. You just don't know what is going on. You don't know what is going on. And I hope they sort that one out very quickly, because it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We go to the United States, and a woman in San Francisco has been driving around, hanging out of a window with an AK-47. Police has seized the vehicle and they have started an investigation. Now, why is she running around with an AK-47? So this is in San Francisco. Why is she running around with an AK-47? Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Staying with America, massive B-52 bombers to stop the Taliban once again in Afghanistan. You remember the war in Afghanistan? You remember how many years the United States and their allies was in Afghanistan? And in 2021, it still hasn't been sorted out. Even Russia's is marching on the border. Russian forces are on the border. And allegedly, they have blamed Pakistani. But people got killed. So many people. I know people who's been to Afghanistan and come back. And yet it still goes on. And it's been I remember there was a time before the US and their allies went into Afghanistan. There was a time that they were saying that Afghanistan cannot be controlled. Because don't forget, the Russians was there way before the major conflict that we talk about now. And the American was there, you know what I mean? Way, way back. And it's still going on up until this day. It's like there's no stopping it. There's no stopping it. Ridiculous, ridiculous. Go to South Africa. In South Africa, President Jacob Zuma has been admitted to hospital. He was currently option, so he's not very well at the moment, you know, and he's well senior, he's well up in age, you know what I mean. But regardless, you know, we hope he recovers because, you know, you don't wish any harm on anyone, so we hope he recovers. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. Now, this is the anniversary of this, which I'm going to talk about now. On the 4th of August 2011, 10 years ago, Mark Duggan was shot and killed by police in Tottenham, North London. The disturbance spread for 5 nights and across Birmingham, London, Bristol. Recall people who was actually going to work. Sometimes they had to finish working. Sometimes they had to finish early. I currently had I recall I saw this one particular store. I don't, it's not funny, but I do that. I saw this one particular store where the aerial on top of the store was actually being twisted up and crazy. But people lost their lives in it. 3 young men from Birmingham lost their lives in that riot, and there has never been any justice. And I'm gonna quote you what Derek Campbell. Let me put my glasses on for a little while. I'm gonna quote you what Derek Campbell says. Derek Campbell was an advisor to the government, and when the riot broke out, he says we are actually trying to put the genie back into the bottle. He said, I gave a lot of interviews on that day. I talked to everyone. There was massive public disorder, and it spread across the country. And, as I say, Mr. Campbell also said, at the time, young people felt that there were unacceptable levels of over-policing at the particular time. And he says, Mark Duggan wasn't the reason for the riot. It might be the spark, but it wasn't the reason. The reason, he says, for years we was working with the government, and we felt that the community has been abandoned and the establishment wouldn't take any notice. The long and short of it, he says, society was broken. And after 2011, 2021, we are now in 2021. And there's local businesses, there's business in the city. And even in an interview, there was also a time when people were saying, well, where's the Prime Minister? The Prime Minister at the time was David Cameron. David Cameron was on a holiday at that particular time. The current Prime Minister now, who is Boris Johnson was the mayor of London at that particular time where the troubles broke out. And for a while they had sit back. They wasn't doing anything. The police was caught off guard. Nobody was in control. So havoc wreaked. And it took days, 5 days it ran across the UK and probably was going into the second week. And it took days for it to sort out. And as I say, a lot of people still think up until now, things has not changed. No. So, because it's not very nice. And the other thing, it's not very nice when you burn your own town down or you burn your own places down. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So, I hope if anything sinister is going on. Derek Campbell also said that. He said there was a lot of things that was very sinister that was going on at that particular period of time. Yeah. So, as I say, and I've talked about that a little while, extended, because as I say, it's been 10 years. And as I say, the family of that man, or the three youths that got killed, nothing has ever been sorted out. I think at the time, a man was actually arrested and he was charged. He was acquitted. That's the word I'm looking for. There was acquitted, so there's no justice there, you know what I mean? So I don't know. We will move on. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. And if you want to make your comment, you can also have that number and make your comment. Yeah. We move to sports, and the number is 07872 44376. The Tokyo Olympics has finished. Wow. And even though there wasn't any spectator there, I'd say it was a success. It was very good. And I think that the winner, England did very well. England had 25 medals. That's also compared to the 2012 Olympics. The USA had, I'm not going to go into gold, silver, and bronze. Right? I'm just going to tell you the tally of medal. The USA actually had 133 medals. China had 88. Japan had 58. Britain had 65. Now this team seems to be winning everything. Yeah. Italy. Do I say it? They've also won the Euro, which is the football competition. Yes. And I don't really want to say, but they beat England in the football. And now, the men's 100 meters. They won the men 100 meters. Jacob Lamont won the men's 100 meters. And my days. Who do we know generally won the men 100 meters? I gotta tell you, I was a bit disappointed, because the Jamaican men 100 meters, for years we see Jamaica getting into the men 100 meters, and then suddenly there was nobody got in Jamaicans. I know, I can't help it. It is any. When you see that race belonged to the Jamaicans. Now the ladies 100 meters. Yeah, they had a clean sweep, you know what I mean? Elaine Thompson-Hera, as well as Shirley Ann Fraser Price and Shanika Jackson. They what you say, rule the sports. And I must tell you, because Elaine actually had the record. The record was set so many years ago. In fact, it was set about 33 years ago by Flo Joe, 10.62. Now, Elaine, I'm going to call her Elaine for now. Elaine! Elaine did it in 10.61. So, that was a record. And the next Olympics will be in Paris. You left me for Paris. Or shall we say France? Yeah, but the capital, Paris. So if I'm still around, I'll be looking forward to watching that Olympic game. So, as I say, and I'll say, Tokyo was what I call share and subscribe. The program is produced by Breakthrough TV at gmail.com. What's a big shout out to Chi? Big shout out to you, my sister. Thank you. She does us a lot of helping us with a lot of things that you see going on in the background. Thank you. Entertainer. Megan Thee Stallion is studying. And she's studying to get her degree. And she says studying keeps her grounded in music. And she's attending Texas Southern University, where she's studying part-time. And she says it's absolutely marvelous. And she's studying for a bachelor's degree. Because you can do music and you can do other things. You know what I mean? Because so when you're not making any more money from music, I know she's making a lot of money, not like some of us. when you're not making a lot of money from music, you can go back to it. And when you're fed up of music, you can teach your children, you know what I mean, what you've actually have learned. Not just, you see what I'm saying. You see where I'm going with that. Yeah? Keep staying with entertainments. Now, the other thing in entertainment, Forbes, 7 billion. And she's only 33, which, I thought she was 33, yeah. And she's now ranked entertainer comparing to Oprah Winfrey. So, and she's also, I must say, the richest female entertainer from the Caribbean. I am actually thinking of sending her one of my tunes. You know the one, You Left Me for Paris by Carl and Errol. And you can find that on YouTube as well. So I'm actually thinking of sending her one of my tunes because I'd love to hear her voice on that because it's a good tune. So I'd actually, if you're listening, Riri, pick my tune up. Plug. We're in a state now where it's what I call the rant. Got a couple of rants this week. Now, we was in the UK, we were in fantastic, great. A lot of people love this, and it's fantastic. However, a lot of people has also lost their lives. Virus. Now the thing I want to ask, this makes sound strange, is coronavirus racist? Coronavirus discriminate against age. Now you will say, what is he talking about? Let me show you where I'm going with this. Vox study in the United States. 1 in 1,000 African American has died from COVID-19. Comparing to Caucasian. COVID has torn through the African. There is a saying in America, African American catch the flu. Now, for African Caribbean in the UK and also for Asian has also been hit heavily by COVID. It has also hit men more than women. It has devastated families. Now, they say, I'm in my glasses here, on the front line. They say because they do works that others, Caucasian people don't do. They also state that, reporting first, there is a lot of Caucasian people who are very, very poor, and it hasn't affected them as much as it has affected African Caribbean people. Yeah? There's poor people in the United States who are very, very poor. There's some poor. As for saying because you suffer from cancer, diabetes, and all that, ill health, it is a very, very hard one to sort of follow. And we need some serious investigation to deal with this, because there's no investigation, there's no record, there's no figures that we need to see. And we need to see this. We need to see this for the next generation. Now, also, COVID patients who are admitted to critical care or who die in hospital at a large number for ethnic minorities died. Yeah. And although there's the population, the population. Let me give you the population. Figures. The population for ethnic minority people is 1 in 8, comparing to million adult NHS patients in England, of whom 5,683 died in hospital with COVID, found African, Caribbean, and Asian to be twice the risk. However, the study also shows that African Caribbean people also, over 5,000 people had died at hospital in critical care. They still couldn't find the figures, or they couldn't find out why it's only a quarter of these people died from COVID out of the 5,600 and odd. Yeah. So we need some more figures, because as I say now, the problem is a generation, I give you all those figures, a generation had gone. Older generation had gone. Yeah. And we can't just say, okay, we're going back now, it's all right, let's go back to normal. I say everything is normal now, it was just a COVID thing. No, we need something bigger than that. The other thing as well, in places like Australia, this is very, places like the Caribbean, well, we know how COVID got there anyway. Somebody take it to them. If you can say we see figures in the Caribbean or whatever. Somebody take it out there to them anyway. So that's how they get it. And we still never actually find out where it actually comes from. And then we have to be prepared. We have to make ourselves be in a preparation state Can't even say the words then. Don't forget this is live. We have to be in a preparation state where when he was, when he was president. We have to be prepared for something like this because it's not an easy thing. And as I say, and the thing that really gets me is like, as I say, generation from 67 gone. Totally. Never to be seen again. And as I say, go back to the point is, I can't keep, oh, it's COVID now, it's done, everything done now, we're back to normal. What it did and why it did that. And I can't, as I say, I don't also buy into the fact that, oh, it's because of you've got some kind of disease, it's because you're from an ethnic background, or because you're old, or because you're of a different age. There's a lot of, one day we will, if you see what I mean. But and let well say big condolences as well to all those people who lost their lives. And it's not a very, very easy thing to cope with. And I've never seen, I mean, I'm only in a little short life, but even I've never, I mean, my mother, they see the Second World War, and things like that, but they've never seen, I mean, even in our modern time, we see like, what you call modern time, they would have seen things like the Vietnam War, they see the troubles in Africa, they see the troubles in Israel, and, different things, different terrorist acts and all those things, and says, we need some answers. Yeah? Right, thank you. I hope you see where I'm going with that. A little rant is, wow. My next rant is that, I don't know what's happening. Let us know what you think if you can. Let us know what you think. Have a look at this.
Guys, back up! Why are you punching him? Why are you punching him? Why'd you hit him? Why'd you hit him? Man, why'd you hit him? Man, he's coming.
Now this is
Start some more units over
this is a clip from some police officer doing this to an African Caribbean man. The man. Why was he punching the man like that? It's like he's a bully, isn't he? It's like he's a hooligan. Now he's here punching and punching. The man was under arrest. He was up against the fence. He wasn't doing any harm. And then you got that man who was to say, what can you call him? All up against the fence. Why are you punching the man like that? When you see things like that, you wonder if this is a racist act. Or is this, two wrongs doesn't make a right. And the guys who was slinging and throwing and kicking over the dustbin and all that sort of stuff and throwing things at the police, that's not right either. Yeah, they seem to take a gun at the man. Let's watch a little bit more of it.
16 units, got some more units over here. Yeah, man, wow for hit him in his face. He wild. He wild. He wild. Your man wrong, Slim. Your man wrong.
Man, he was just stealing them. I don't care, bro. I don't care.
Your man wrong.
You know they wrong.
Yeah. I got that shit on camera, y'all. Put him in his face, too. Yeah. That's about guns and shit.
Like, y'all got over his hands to see y'all bitch ass. Y'all not holding him.
Look at this eye, Mo. Look at this eye. time you call my
That's fine. You
cousin,
can record from there, though.
No, y'all not.
Come on.
Come on, why you touching
Come on, back
me?
up. You gotta
Why
back up, bro. You're not listening to me. Back up.
Don't touch me, though.
Back up.
Don't touch me, though.
Come on. You gotta
Your
get on the
man
street.
wrong.
You gotta get on the street.
Your man right there wrong.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Your man
Though.
right there wrong. Yeah, he stood up in his face a couple times.
Protocol. Y'all supposed to put your hands like punching people. Be honest though.
Depends on the situation.
No, if you have somebody, if he in handcuffs, they all he doing is talking out of anger. Why is he punching them in the face? You can't, you know, out of protocol, if somebody's being restricted. Why you pushing my down, bro? Why you pushing them though? This ain't no time, this ain't no time. Take up. Fuck y'all talking about, huh? Why y'all feel like y'all playing the law like that?
Man, God, why you punching the man? Why you punching the man in the face like that? Why you punching the man in the face like that? As I said, the man is, is restrained. Now, if he's got a gun license, because you can do that, because in America, yes, you can have a gun. It's like a lot of people have guns in the United States. You know what I mean? It's the law you can have. He says something like, wow, you something like that. As if to say, well, where did that gun come from? Now, if you go back, I'm not going to go back, but if when I looked at the gun there, so I'm not defending that, and I would never do that. But when you go back and look at the clip, you will see one of the officer was on the leg and up again. So if you see where his hand is now, so if you see that, you see where his hand is now, he's actually rubbing his hand up the man's leg. So you would think if he's there, his hand doesn't just come from there. He's had his hand up on the man's leg where it's where the gun came out from. And then you see the officer hold it up like doing that. Who are you showing that to? Who are you showing that to? So that is also a weird thing. I would say if you was a police, you just take the gun and say, look, he's got a gun. Let's take the gun. And why are you holding it up like to the camera? Why are you holding it up like that? I don't understand. Maybe the world, maybe the world is changing. So look at him. Just look at him. Look at that. Look at that. Just look at that. Why are you doing that? He's not making any. He's not resisting. Just look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Why are you doing that? He's at the fence and he's like, look, he's gone around the fence. You thought he'd stop there, innit? His two colleagues holding the man. You thought he'd stop there. He's gone around the other side and he's slinging punch again. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? It takes you back to people like George Floyd. It takes you there and you think what the thing that happens to George Floyd and and how many. But the fact that the phone can do all these things now, when you can see this sort of thing going on. How many years has this sort of thing been going on for? And I say with George Floyd, you could see what happens. And it seems like the same thing is just happening all the time. And we need to stop them, because if you notice, one of the policemen is Asian anyway. You know what I mean? So you can't say, you don't know where to draw the line. You don't know if this is if they're training, or this is how they train, or they train. Man, you can still be racist and be Asian, so you know what I mean. So it doesn't matter. We've seen the head. We've seen one. I think we've seen one of the head of the extreme group. He was in the force. You know what I mean. And he came out and he joined the Proud Boy. You know what I mean? We joined the Proud Boy. What is going on? But as I say, I hope, I hope it's not, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking the police. I would never dare knock the police. Listen, let me tell you a story. A couple of days ago, I saw an incident, and a young Caucasian man was being assaulted. He was being assaulted. And the people was actually helping him. They had to call the police first thing, because he could, who at the center, they had to call the police. The police came and he had to escort this young man out. You know what I mean? So who you gonna call? Not the bloody Ghostbusters. A little bit sort of disheartening, and we hope, we hope things can be cleared up and we can put it to bed, you know what I mean, and move on, and you know what I mean, that's it. But I say, with this, when the police came for this young man, they actually put him in his car and take him home, and he talked to him, and he wasn't lying, he was a genuine person, you know what I mean, he was a genuine, and he was just going about his business. But some people of them just nutter out there, So, and I say, back to my point, the organization where he run into, they couldn't do a lot more. All they have to call the police. Thank you. I know. It's produced by Breakthrough TV. Yeah. And let me say thank you guys for all tuning in. I say this week we have another guest because I didn't take part in the program. And I say don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, my next little clip is that we thought we'd give you some you know I like to laugh. So we're gonna give you something funny to cheer us up. So I'm gonna give you, if I can find something funny, because sometimes you see all kind of strange things. We do need something like that to cheer us up. And I've got for you my an African correspondent brother, and just looking at it makes me want to laugh. You wait until you hear what he has. You wait until you hear what he says. Have a listen to this. Have a listen to this.
English Premier League. Everton 1, West Ham 1, Fulham 0. Spurs 1. Leicester City 1. Arsenal 0. Aston Village 3.
I like that. I like the West Bromwich as well. I want to say big shout out to that brother there. You know, the thing about that guy, pronunciation, he's actually got really famous for that. Aston Villa. Aston Village. I'm cracking up now. They'll have to take me out of the studio. And also, I like. So that was absolutely great. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My eyes are gone because I've been laughing too much. Say, this week it's been a little bit different, but that's how we do it, and it shows you. You know what I mean? The versatility of done a program. No, not a program. We have this one take. I said that to you last week. So, Tina said this is the 18th. So, and we say thanks. We want to say also thanks to all the Timers Guns Radio, 98.7 FM. We say Breakthrough Media. Yeah. And also, I want to say, for iTunes and YouTube, Amazon, you'll actually catch us there with some music. So also, okay, you can catch me there tomorrow from 3 till 6 with the drive time radio.co.uk. Thank you. To keep safe. And don't forget